Selva explains why he shops at LancasterArchery.com.
I'm a patient man in the woods, but when it comes to shopping online, not so much. That's why I choose Lancaster Archery Supply. They make it easy to order all my archery gear, with thousands of the newest and finest products right at your fingertips, ready to ship to your front door.
Here's your order, Vinny.
Or tree stand. Hey, depending on where you're hanging out, you might even get it before you get home.
For all your archery needs, shop LancasterArchery.com. At the Lancaster Archery Foundation, it's our mission to get as many people as possible involved in the sport of archery.
Thank you so much for your support and giving us this grant.
Thank you for supporting us and others in the community.
It allows me to afford studying at Texas A&M.
I was able to attend my dream university and still shoot competitive archery.
You can help us in our mission by donating today at LancasterArcheryFoundation.org. Buddy PJ Riley, Lancaster Archery, welcome to the noon line at the 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic. We are out here. It is a full house. It's going to be packed at noon. It's going to be packed again at 4. We're just going to run live through the end of the tournament now. We just changed targets, so we are officially at the half. So we're now going to go through the second half. So if something exciting is happening towards the end, we will be there and be live already. So if you're just joining us, Lancaster Archery Classic, what is it? We have about 2,700 archers. We're here at Spooky Nook Sports Complex. Our staff at Lancaster Archery, I'm gonna brag on them over and over because our staff turned this facility into what it is right now. Normally you come into a venue and you have vendors or folks that you hire to come in and do stuff, or the facility itself does it. That's not how it works here. Our people come in and convert this into the archery range. 4 days ago now, this was all set up as field hockey fields. I think there were about 10 of them on this side alone, let alone there's a whole other side that we're not showing you. So tremendous work by our people to get this all set up. I mean, there are 135 target butts between the two ranges. So there are 4 archers on every target butt.
If you just hung your
So however many people that is, that's how many we got here.
The bottom is always shooting first.
Everybody is going to shoot 60 arrows. We shoot 60 arrows for score. That's your qualification. A perfect round is a 660. We had one shot yesterday by Bodie Turner. He's the first person to shoot it twice. He's the first person to shoot it back to back, is Bodie Turner. We're hoping there's another one. We saw Christopher Perkins on the last line, shot a 659. He had just missed it. We've got several archers who are clean so far on this line, but we're only through the half. So as that starts going along, we'll keep you posted on who is clean. I believe Dave Cousins is one of them. I got to check my scores, but last time I looked, Dave Cousins was clean. Dave Cousins has shot multiple 659s here. But what happens is every one of the archers shoots that 60 arrows, and then they will get ranked. So we've got 17 divisions. Everyone gets ranked within their division. In the big divisions, we take the top 64. Medium ones, we take the top 32. And then in the smallest divisions, we take the top 16. What happens is, if you qualify, then you move on to elimination matches tomorrow. It's like an NCAA-style bracket of head-to-head matches. You know, 1 versus 64, 2 versus 63, on and on. And what we're trying to do is whittle down the field to get to some finalists. You're either going to have 8 finalists or you're going to have 4 finalists. Those folks move on to our final stage. It's a special stage where it's, you know, we've got multiple camera angles. Each archer is featured. There's 2 of them up there in front of the crowd, spotlights on them, the whole 9 yards. We're only watching those 2 archers at a time for every division. And what's cool about our format is you can come in 8th place and you can win it all. That's one of the unique things about our format. It's not easy. You know, we have folks out there last year watching Lee Wilkins in the barebow finals, where he came in 7th or 6th place. He beat a couple of people, but then he eventually lost to one of the higher ranked archers. And people were saying, oh, that's not fair. You know, he had to keep shooting. Other people were rested. Well, yeah, that's why you want to come in ranked higher. Those higher ranked archers, though, earn those higher ranks by shooting a little bit better through the first 2 days. But point being, in 8th place, you at least have a chance. You can make it and win it all. Tim Hanley famously won Men's Open a couple years ago. He came in 8th place. He beat the 7th place. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He beat them all. He was your champion. So that can happen here. In other tournaments, that will not happen. So that's the deal. You know, yeah, obviously, if you come in and you're ranked first, the worst you can do is 2nd place. But you earn that top ranking. It's not something that's done randomly. So that's how our format works. And we've got 17 divisions. We are divided by gender. Most of the divisions, some of them are combined still. Bow hunter is a combined division. Then we're divided by age. We've got youth divisions. We've got adult. Masters is 50 plus. Senior is 60 plus. Those are our 4 divisions here, age divisions. And then, of course, we have our equipment. We have the open, full compound setups, basically anything you want to shoot. We've got bow hunter, 12-inch max on stabilizers, no magnification, well, no lens at all in your scope. And then we have barebow recurve and Olympic recurve. Barebow, obviously, no sights, no stabilizers, no nothing. Olympic recurve, you're going to have your 3 stabilizers plus a sight, all of that. So those are our divisions here. Now, if you are at home You can follow the scoring at archers.com, and that's RCHERZ.com. Actually, I'm told we have a new link, lancasterarchery.com/scoring. You can type that in, and it'll take you right to the scoring for the classic here. lancasterarchery.com/scoring. You can follow the scoring because what we're doing here is we're scoring on paper. That is the official scorecard, but we're also keeping score electronically. All these archers down here, you'll see these electronic tabs. That goes directly into the archer system, and so scoring is almost instantaneously. It's a couple minutes, but you'll be pretty caught up with the action here. So Spooky Nook, this facility that we're in, 17 acres under roof. It used to be an Armstrong World Industries flooring factory. They used to make linoleum in here. Some investors came along and bought it up and turned it into this complex. But this line here, take a look. We've got Chris Schaff right there, who just won Nîmes with his new PSE bow. He just switched from Hoyt to PSE, came out, and he won the most recent tournament in Nîmes, France. That's a world archery tournament, so that's a big win for him. He is shooting here at the Classic. He said fourth was the best he ever did here. You're going to see he's going to walk right up. Rio Wild is our only four-time winner of the Lancaster Archery Classic. He was also the first archer to shoot a 660. Shoot the perfect 660 here. Rio Wild did it first. We, of course, have had three since then. Braden Gelantine and then Bodie Turner back-to-back last year and this year, 660s. Now, that's 660 though. That's awesome. That means he's going to go in as the #1 seed, assuming nobody else shoots one. But that's not what gets you through to the finals. You got to win those head-to-heads. Braden Gelantine famously shot a 660. Saturday morning, he lost his first match. So being perfect in qualifications doesn't guarantee you anything. You still got to survive the head-to-head. And at this level, especially in that open pro class, anybody can win any match at any time. Okay, so you may notice some funkiness with our audio. So we're playing music here in the house for the archers. What happens is if that audio comes in through my mic, the music, YouTube and Facebook shut us down. So if you hear the audio when I'm not talking, it goes almost mute. That's because we don't want Facebook or YouTube to shut us down. I know it sounds funny. It sounds like the audio's going in and out, but it's actually purposeful because otherwise the feed goes down, they kill it, and we have nothing. So it's either nothing or this. We appreciate your patience and understanding with that. There's a good look at Rio Wild. And incidentally, I am talking fairly loud. That has to do with our audio triggers so that my mic automatically comes on and kills out the music. So I am not standing right with the archers while they're shooting. I'm, I don't know, 10 yards behind them. The music is louder in their ears than I am. So just in case anybody's thinking I'm standing right behind there screaming in their ears, I am not. If you got questions, put them in the comments below. We will answer them as we get them. We are shooting 20 yards. It's actually 18 meters, which is like 19.6 yards. It's 20 yards. That's what we just go by. Our scoring, that inner X ring on your basic 40 centimeter face, we count that as 11. So every ring on the target counts as points for us. That's why that perfect round is a 660 as opposed to 600 in most other tournament formats. But then that separates too, because a lot of these guys will shoot 600s, like a lot. They don't shoot many 9s. You don't see many. There's Rio. I'm looking at his target. He's got a 33. But let's take a look at some of those scores in that men's open pro class here.
Okay, hold the line, please. Hold the line.
All right, so one of the things that we're doing is our Lancaster Archery Foundation is, obviously we're here publicizing the classic, so we're going to publicize the foundation. We just got a $5 donation. Thank you for that. You'll see the link that will take you to our Lancaster Archery Foundation page. Hit the button in the link. It'll take you to our foundation page to donate. We appreciate it. All the money. There is no money kept for administration. Every penny that you donate goes to the foundation for dispersing. I get to see who gets, I write up the descriptions for everyone who gets it. We're talking 4-H clubs, I mean real grassroots, YMCA, 4-H, Boy Scout troops, all these grassroots organizations that have archery programs. A lot of the money goes there. One of the other places it goes to is, so a lot of the USA Archery, a lot of their international events, some of them, the archers are required to pay their own way there. I know the 3D World Championships, those archers have to pay to get to where they're going. This year it was Italy, I believe. That's not cheap. You qualify to make the team, which is awesome, and then you got to pay, you know, $10,000 to get there. Well, we at the foundation have regularly contributed to those tournaments where the archers are funding their way. And I believe the last time we gave $1,000 to every archer who had to go to the 3D World Championships. That's the kind of thing that your donations help us fund. Another thing we do is we give money to colleges who provide archery scholarships. I know we're working with Texas A&M right now. So, you know, we provide money that goes to these kids. We want them to be able to go to college. Hey, you know, you can go to college and play football, well, and get a scholarship. Wouldn't that be awesome if you could do that for archery? Well, you can at some schools. Texas A&M is one of them, and we give them some money to give to those archers as well. Every little bit helps. College ain't cheap these days. So again, that foundation, we appreciate everything you can do for us. We just had a big fundraising campaign last fall with Easton in honor of their 100th anniversary. If we raised $100,000, Easton would give us $100,000, and we met that donation goal. Thank you very much to the folks at Easton. That was incredibly generous of them. Greg Easton, I got to go out and spend a couple days with him ahead of that, and Easton generously donated $100,000 to our foundation. Now, here is a cool story I wanted to share with you. This is awesome. So, we're at the noon line. There's a gentleman by the name of Ryan Shane Steer. He shoots barebow. He was supposed to be on the noon line shooting barebow, but he died October 22nd. After he had registered for the Classic, he passed away. He would be shooting right now at the Classic, but he passed away, 49 years old. You know, he did a lot of, he was active in the archery community with the Rainbow Archery Club in Dempseytown. So, you know, as I mentioned, he passed away. He would be shooting right now on the noon line. His brother called up and said, you know, we would naturally send a refund back to his family. But instead, his family said, no, take that money, give it to the foundation, and that will be something that he can do, you know, to still support us, even though he can't be here. Shane, he went by, to be a part of our shoot today. So that's a great story. We're glad that he was able to help us that way. We miss him. We wish he was here. Great story there. Shane Steer. So a little more about Shane Steer. He was a veteran of the Air Force and the Coast Guard, several years in service to our country. Just a great person who is no longer with us, but yet his family donated his entry fee to Lancaster Archery Classic to our foundation. We thank them very much. All right, let's find some archers who are shooting. Oh, wait, scores. I was going to give you some scores here. All right, in our Open Pro class, of course, we have Bodie Turner, 660. Christopher Perkins, 659. Travis Tracy, Robert Householder, Kyle Douglas, Jimmy Lutz, all at 658. Then we got Remington Boyer, Jacob Pettit, Jeff Rainey, Braden Galantine, Austin Taylor, all at 657. Right now, as we stand, you know, we're going to take the top 64. The cut for that division is 629. I'm sure we're going to see that go up after this line, and then, of course, we still have the 4 o'clock line. But it looks like through 36 arrows, Chris Schaff and Mike Schlosser are clean. So that is 2 ends past the halfway. 30 is the half. So another 6 arrows on top of that, 2 ends on top of that. Chris Schaff, Mike Schlosser are both clean. We will be following along, see how they do as they get closer down the line. Mike Schlosser, of course, from Netherlands, excuse me, from the Netherlands, nickname of Mr. Perfect. And he earns that nickname. All right, let's go to Women's Open Pro. Tanya Gelantine leading the way, 657. Olivia Dean, one of our Lancaster Archery Joad archers. She is at 653. Linda Ochoa Anderson, 650. Lico Ariola at her first classic. Vegas champ, 2-time Vegas champ. She is in 4th at 646. Hallie Grine works at the Lancaster Archery Pro Shop. She is in 5th at 655. Then we've got Danelle Lutz, also 645. Cara Kelly, 645. Cara Kelly, widely known for her 3D abilities, multi-time ASA Shooter of the Year, but she's a pretty good indoor archer too. Masters Open Pro, Randy Morocco leading the way at a 649. Kevin Cook, 648. Kevin, who just won the Iowa Pro-Am. Big win for him. Again, another 3D guy. George Riles, Griv, from the Archery Learning Center, 640. He is in 3rd. Keith Trail, 4th at 639. And then Mike Holbert Sr. and Mike Jablonski, both at 638. Tim Gillingham has not shot yet. Excuse me, he is shooting now. So his score is not complete. Let's go to Men's Open. Men's Open is our biggest class. So this is basically, if you're not in Open Pro, you're shooting in Men's Open. So these are guys, amateurs, shooting league nights. You know, these are the ham and eggers. That is our biggest class. My internet is not loading scores. Try moving around. Oh, here we go. No. Gave me everybody's scores except that one. Trying to get this to reload. Christian Clark at 655. Jason Gedkin, 653. Asa Flowers, 652. Rocky Cummins Jr., 651. I know he's won NFA Indoor Nationals. Randy Fisher, 650. Steve Gatto, 648. Steve, shout out to him, former LAS employee. And then Rocky Cummins, 647. Rocky Jr.'s dad. Dakota McKee, 647, and Alex Martin, 647. Also Clyde Zimmerman, 647. So that's our Men's Open. That's our biggest class here. Let me see if I can get a count how many of those we have. I'm over. Whoops, there we go. Well, actually, it has everybody at 302. That doesn't tell me how many I got. Or I guess it does. Maybe they're all tied for last. Anyway, somewhere over 300 in that men's opens class. Women's Open, Irene Francini and Gracie Dedamore at 642. Marissa Harding, 637. Martina Zikmundova, 629. Danielle Woody, 628. Danielle, another one of our LAS Academy instructors down there. Danielle was the ASA Shooter of the Year in Women's Known 45. Stout class there, Danielle. Excellent archer. Great person, too. We're big fans of Danielle. Let's see what we got in barebow here. Let's find out. John Demmer, the Tom Brady of barebow, I believe, is shooting now. So his score is one that we want. Well, here I came to bow hunter first. Ethan Piper, 640. Caleb Kirby, 637. Brandon Gary, 637. Christopher Reed, 636. Kevin Wilkie, 635. John Ball, local boy, 634. Logan Glassburn, Payson Reinhardt, and Shane Smith, all 634s. All right. Yes, let me find Demmer.
Just a reminder, archers, if you do have a miss and your arrow goes beyond the targets into the netting, you must let a judge know, please.
Okay. Barebow. We've got Sean Campbell at 556. Giuseppe Samandi at 552. Brian Way, 648. Eric Johnson, 547. John Winker, 547. Scott Einsman, 545. Well, let's find some archers to talk about here. I see Tim Gillingham.
Yeah, hold the line, please. Hold the line. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. We have found the man, the myth, the legend, John Demmer. Hopefully, with the camera. Yeah, there we go. You're getting a good look at those shorts. Very much John Demmer-ish. If you're new to archery and you don't know about John Demmer, he's won this classic barebow more than anybody has. But more than that, what's great about John Demmer is his passion for barebow and how much he is an ambassador for barebow. He's won a bunch. He comes out here, he supports everyone, he shares his information, what he does. He's going to be leading a seminar here tonight, but just one of those folks in archery who comes along very rarely. And actually right next to him is Rick Stonebreaker, another legend in barebow archery, shooting right next to him. So Rick Stonebreaker was in the white jersey there. He backed off the line. But John Demmer actually is our defending champ here in barebow. He won last year's event. So he is someone we're definitely going to be watching through this weekend. In archery, a lot of people take it very seriously, which, hey, nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. John Demmer is one of those guys who he takes the competition seriously, but he has fun while he's doing it. That's why you see the crazy shorts. We see him shooting in Superman t-shirts, superhero shirts, while he's out there kicking everybody's butt. He's having fun doing it. Barebow finals, if you are interested, start tomorrow night at 5:40 p.m. We're going to start with women's barebow, and then 6:20 p.m. I'll call it men's barebow. It's actually considered barebow because anyone can enter it, male or female, but it's pretty much going to be only the men who are competing in it. So you might be asking, well, why would a woman compete in that class? More money. It's about $8,000 from us to the winner of that barebow class, $3,000 for women's barebow. And that has nothing to do with gender. It has to do with class size. That barebow class is huge. Women's barebow is building steam. That used to be a combined class. On the last line, we had Fawn Gerard, who famously came so close to making the finals, shooting against the guys when it was a combined class. But now we have a women's barebow and a barebow, and as that class builds, as classes build, we are able to increase the prize money. So that is the reason for the disparity in payment. But like I said, same with the Open Pro. That's our top class. The top payout is $20,000 to that winner. It's actually an open class. Anybody can enter that. Then we also have a Women's Open Pro. Only women can shoot in that. Their prize money is not as much because it is a much smaller class. Questions? If you got questions, put them in the comments below. We've got a hold on the line here. Some issue the judges are sorting out. Brady Ellison and Jack Williams. All right, so here we are looking at two of the three members of our last U.S. Olympic team. We've got Brady Ellison on the right, Jack Williams on the left. And between the two of them, they're the two that basically win this tournament. If it's not Brady, it's usually Jack. If it's not Jack, it's usually Brady. Jack won our tournament last year. I believe Brady won it the year before. But Brady, four-time U.S. Olympian. Jack would be a two-time U.S. Olympian. Shooting that Olympic recurve, you can see those multiple stabilizers. All right, Jack Williams just corrected me. 1 Olympics for him. But Brady shot in London, Tokyo, and down in Brazil. So he would be 3-time Olympian. No, he shot one. Oh, yes, he shot one before that. I forget where we were before London. but that was his first Olympic team. So he holds the bronze, individual Olympic bronze. He's got a couple silvers, team silvers. That's the level archer that we're looking at here. All right, the camera right there is on an archer by the name of Michael Frangili. So we were just talking about Brady winning his team silver. That was in London. If you've never seen this, the finals of the Olympic recurve from London, you need to go watch that. That guy right there, Michael Frangili, he had the last arrow. The U.S. was poised to win gold. The only thing that would stop it is if Michael Frangili hit a 10 on the last shot, which he did. It was an incredible match. We all thought the U.S. was going to take it, and Michael Frangili, he was the killer of U.S. gold dreams. He's here. He shoots the Classic. We love seeing him. Of course, he and another member of his family, they run Gilo Archery, one of our sponsors here at the Classic. Gilo makes some great recurve bows naturally. Great archer is Michael. So Beijing was the first Olympics Brady shot at. Gonna So, cool fact about Brady Ellison. Brady Ellison is the only archer to shoot a perfect 900 in Vegas. Recurve archer, I should mention. Plenty of compound folks have done it. There has been one 900 shot with a recurve. Brady Ellison shot it. It was unbelievable. If you want to see it, there is one company in the world that has footage of him completing that 900. Yes, I'm bragging on us. We got it. We were sitting right there. He finished off that 900. It was a crazy day because, I mean, that's still the only one. You know, we get like 20, 25 compound men shoot it every year. One recurve perfect round in the history of the Vegas shoot with a recurve. And Brady Ellison did it. It was awesome because every day they have everybody who shot a perfect 300 gets to go into a shoot-off for $10,000. So there's all, and it's anybody who shoots a 300 in the championship class gets to show up. So there's all these compounds, and there's Brady Ellison with his Olympic recurve. Awesome to see that. All right, speaking of Olympians, there we're looking at Casey Kaufhold. Made her first Olympic team in 2020 for Team USA. She won her first World Cup medal last year on a team medal with Brady Ellison. She has won Vegas. She has won the Classic. She is one of the best female recurve archers in the world. Hey, she's just a great recurve archer. I've shot with her in leagues, and she kicks my butt regular. She's shooting that recurve with skinny X10s. I'm shooting 27 diameters out of a compound. She beats me easily. So she is someone we're definitely going to be watching here at the Classic. She regularly makes the finals, but I believe she's only won it once. She may have won it twice. Can't rely on my memory. It's not the best. Casey's attending Texas A&M right now, so she shoots for them as well. Training. We should talk about all these archers are training. Next Olympics, 2024. So we are going to go into Olympic mode here very shortly as these folks try and qualify for the 2024 Olympics. They're going to be in Paris, not Paris, Texas. I'm thinking ASAs. Paris, France.
You okay?
So, watching Casey, had a good look. Let's check out her arrows. That's 10. Probably an 11, but definitely in the 10. So Casey shoots a 3-spot, interestingly. A lot of recurve archers, Olympic recurve, shoot single spots. But when you are as good as she is, Brady and Jack Williams are the same. They are all shooting 3 spots because they're going to smash arrows if they're shooting single spots. Mikhail Frangili, he is shooting a 3-spot. Once you get to the top level, there's Casey with another, I believe it was an X. Definitely was a 10. Remember, she's shooting that Olympic recurve. She's 2 X's, I'm told, for Casey. She's holding all that weight on her fingers. She has no magnification in her sight. She's just got a little dot. I believe that's another X. So Casey draws 40 pounds. And remember, with a recurve, she's holding all that on her fingers. Unlike compound, where we have let off, 40 pounds. Now we're looking at Tim Gillingham. Tim Gillingham, another one of the great personalities in archery. And we're going to see his cool bow there. Maybe if we pan to the right, you'll see his bow with those crazy stabilizers he's got set up there. Nobody does that. Take a look at that. We've got those 2 giant back bars, 2 giant front bars. He is the only one shooting like that. Tim Gillingham does things his way, but you cannot argue the results. He does what works. He tinkers. He plays. The bar that he has mounted to his bow, to which all his stabilizers are connected, he made that. I ran into him at a tournament last year, and he did not have his whole setup. And I was like, Tim, you gave up on the 4 bars? He said, no, he forgot that connection bar. So he had to run a more conventional setup at the tournament. I think he still won it anyway. But this is what we've seen from Tim the last 2 years. There's 4 bars out there. It's an open setup. You can do whatever you want. And that works for him. I don't know what release he's shooting. You never know what you're going to see. Sometimes he shoots an index finger. Sometimes he shoots a thumb trigger. Rarely does he shoot a hinge. He's usually a trigger shooter. Command style, he says. But Tim Gillingham, another one of those guys, you know, he's in the masters or senior class. He's arguably the best pro out there. You come to an ASA, there's Tim working the gold tip booth. He's there till Sunday. People talking to him, asking him questions. Just crazy. The amount of time, his time, that he shares with people. So big fans of Tim Gillingham. Shoots for Bowtech. Great ambassador for him. If I were to go up there and ask him, he would tell me that that is the best bow out there, the Bowtech Reckoning Gen 2. I would expect nothing different.
No, because it's like it could be. It's like
So I'm looking at Tim now. I see his release. He is shooting an index finger today. Probably one of the only ones at his level now, because I believe Paige Pierce switched to a hinge style release. I have not seen what she's competing with here. I know she was posting that she competed in a tournament with a hinge. She was famously shooting index finger style, so I believe Tim may be the only one at his level that we're going to see shooting that index finger release. If you're a bow hunter, of course, you're very familiar with that style release. Very popular in the bow hunting world. Not so popular in the target world. Some folks shoot it, but Tim says it's the best way to get everything in line. I've talked to him about it before. Of course, he modified his release. It doesn't look like anyone else's out there. It's a true ball execution that he has modified the trigger on. Of course. What would we expect from Tim Gillingham? How's it going, Tim?
Well, I'm just trying to hold on with both toenails.
I see you're still running the 4 stabilizers. Still working for you?
Well, the stabilizers are none of my problems. Most of them are point A to point B. So, welcome to indoor.
And you switched back to the index.
Yeah. Yeah, the single biggest problem I have here is they issue me 60 of them, and then I spend all day trying to give them back. Not sure I've ever left an indoor round feeling like I shot a bow well.
I believe that, Tim. Hey, well, good.
I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Appreciate you, Tim. Tim says there's always tomorrow. We're going to watch Tim shoot with this bow just because it is so unique. Last one looked like a 33, wasn't it?
it was 11 on 9.
Oh, it was a 9?
Yeah,
it
was in the target a little sideways.
Gotcha.
Having trouble. There's that.
You can feel that.
Yeah.
Because it's usually really bad.
Yeah, like until like. I know it starts to get like fog. like everything gets blurry, and I'm like, oh, I should let down. I shoot fine. Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
So I will say, if you're looking at Tim's setup there, the connection bar on the end that connects the two ends of his front stabilizers, that is a new feature that I did not see last year at the ASAs. Of course, Tim was our ASA Senior Pro Shooter of the Year. 3D is his big game. And Tim, you know, the ASA this year added Senior Known Pro, and we're as good as Tim is at judging yardage. We expect to see him in the Senior Known Pro, because as good as he is at judging yardage, he hates judging yardage. You ask him, he will tell you it's a guessing contest. Tim likes pure archery. But look at that setup. That's an X, 2 X's for Tim. Tim is our reigning champion in our Masters Open Pro category here at the Classic. He won it last year. Coming up for his third shot. Uh-oh. There's another X, 33 for Tim. I don't have it up or anything. Oh yes, I got one bar.
Not while I'm looking here. Hey, I can hear myself.
Dave's scoreboard wasn't.
All right, so scoring update here. Mikey Schlosser from the Netherlands has the lone perfect score so far. And I believe that would have been with 3 ends to go. I'll get verification on that, but we will take a look here. Yep, 3 ends to go. Mike Schlosser, Mr. Perfect, is still perfect. So, what happens if you have 2 660s? I just found out. I didn't know. I just found out. We will have a shoot-off to seed 1 and 2. We need that seeding for our elimination matches. So there will be a 660 shoot-off to see who's number 1 and who's number 2. We still got 9 arrows to get there, but I saw Mike Schlosser's target, and it's basically 1 hole. So we'll check that out. But right now we're looking at Khrushchev. There you see Sharon Wallace. So Sharon Wallace is a well-known 3D archer. She is the current Women's Pro ASA Shooter of the Year reigning champion. Sharon, though, has won NFA Indoor Nationals. She has finished well at these tournaments, these indoor tournaments. She is one of those unique all-round archers. She could shoot indoor, she could shoot 3D, and she shoots unknown 3D. But she is also a top indoor shooter as well. Sharon Wallace, one of the great archers. But definitely the story we're going to follow is Mike Schlosser, target 22. He's on the bottom. He's 3 ends to go, 9 arrows. He is clean. We've never had a tournament with 2 660s. Never had a classic. We certainly have been building towards that. These archers have been getting better and better and better. So this may be our first. We certainly hope it. I'm standing back here. I will watch Mike's arrows. From 20 yards away, I see 3 holes. That's it. Right now we're watching Sharon Wallace first. Sharon just threw down a 10. We'll be on Mike Schlosser for the last two ends for sure. We'll hang with him. Right now we're watching Sharon. Her second arrow was an X. It's awesome to see these, you know, historically 3D archers do well at this indoor game too. See them succeed at that highest level. Mike Schlosser just shot a 33. He is clean. Sharon is working a hole down there. It's definitely a 10, may also have caught the 11. No, thank you. All right, this is rare. I don't think word has spread yet that Mike Schlosser is two ends away from a perfect score because the usual crowd is not building. It may also be that he's so good at this. He shot multiple 659s here. It's kind of expected. Mike's wife, Gabby Schlosser, she is a former LAS Classic champ. She may be the reigning champ. Not sure if she won last year, but Gabby Schlosser, she shoots recurve, Olympic recurve. So she is one of the top Olympic recurve shooters, is Mike's wife. She has won here before at the Classic. Excellent archer in her own right. I don't know. I'm sure they're both competitive people. I'd like to see that matchup, compound against recurve. I'm sure that's a fun matchup in their house. But Gabby must be shooting now as well because she is not over here. I saw her earlier today, so she must be on the line somewhere competing. But here we go, two ends to go. All right, let's take a look at Mike Schlosser's target here. See if we can worm our way in. We can see two. Let's get a camera angle here. There's a look at Mike Schlosser's target. Look at that. Working 3 holes there. Now, 2 completely different styles between Bodie Turner and Mike Schlosser. If you hadn't heard, I talked to Joel Turner yesterday, Bodie's dad, and Bodie shoots light stabilizer weight. Mike Schlosser is the exact opposite of that. Mike Schlosser's bow is loaded up with so much weight, it's incredible. Not only does he have many, many, many ounces on each of his bars, he's got ounces just on his bow, on the bottom of his riser. I see multiple weights stacked up there. So he weights that thing down, and I know he likes a lot of holding weight. So one thing you'll see him do is he uses that holding weight as leverage. He leans back, pulls that weight up. Weight on his stabilizers, he's pulling that back to help him break his shot. Again, 2 very different styles there between Bodie Turner and Mike Schlosser. Two ends to go. We are going to hang with Mike for this. If you're just joining us, Mike Schlosser from the Netherlands is 6 hours away from a perfect 660. This would be the second one of the tournament. This would be the 5th one ever at the Lancaster Archery Classic. We have never had 2 in one tournament. At the Classic, you know, we rely on rankings to move through the elimination matches. So what I'm told is that if we have 2 660s, we will have a 660 shoot-off just to determine who's number 1 and who's number 2 going into eliminations. I am guessing that will have to happen tomorrow because I don't know if Bodie Turner's here. But a 660 is 60 arrows placed into that center X ring, as people know it, on the 40 centimeter face. And it is about as big as my fingernail. What are we talking about? Maybe a quarter. I don't even think it's quite that big as a quarter. But all 60 arrows would hit that X ring. Now, that does not mean that they are all inside that ring. The way scoring works here is all you have to do is touch that line anywhere. So the entire arrow can be outside that line as long as there's no gap between the arrow and the line. As long as it's touching that line, the arrow shaft, you earn the higher point value. So what we say with, so Mike Schlosser is shooting 27 diameter arrows, 27 64ths of an inch. Those are the biggest arrows that we allow. As long as he is inside the 10 ring, he is automatically hitting the 11. And I saw his target, and he wasn't even really close to that 10 ring, so he's hitting solid 11s. But as long as he's inside the 10 ring, he's catching 11s. And he has shot multiple 659s here. He's been close. So I'm sure he would like to get this 660. Mike has he's one of those archers where he competes in the 50-meter game. He does the World Archery, the World Cups. He has won everywhere. He's won Vegas. He has won the Classic. I believe 3 years ago he's won the Classic at least twice. And I believe it was 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, he won the Classic here. So he's certainly no stranger to this stage. We have an arrow issue is the holdup before we get started on this 19th end. And Mike Schlosser, Mr. Perfect, is on the first line. So we're going to watch his arrows here. Now the crowd is forming. Now people know that he is working that 660. Here we go. End number 19. First arrow, I believe that's in. Looked good to me. 11. So Mike has an unconventional style. He shoots a thumb trigger, and man, sometimes he's got some crazy reactions when he hits that trigger. That was a lot more smooth. That was an 11. The arrow before, you saw him jerk. Something moved at that last second, but he got it in there. So there's 2 11s. Third arrow, 19th end. He has not missed yet. Another X. That was a lot more smooth from Mike. So he's still clean. 3 arrows to go. Are we going to see 2 660s at the Lancaster Archery Classic? Everybody's kind of staying away from Mike. So let me reiterate for folks listening at home, I am standing nowhere near him. So he can't hear me talking. It's not like I'm right in his ear and he's freaking out like, hey, shut up back there. He can't hear me. I'm about 10 yards behind him. The house music is louder than me. So we do have cameras right there. Folks saying, oh, you should get away from him, putting the cameras up there. Well, you know what? This is what it's like to play in the big leagues. We got cameras here. He's a pro. He's a veteran. Folks want to see it, want to see what's happening. This is the only way that happens. Got to get cameras on him. So our cameras are right there. He knows they're there. That's part of the game. If you listen to Joel Turner, and I know George Riles as well, they hold these tournaments where they purposely create lots of confusion at the shot to try and get archers to be able to focus only on what they're doing. Block everything else out. I know Joel Turner preaches that. George Riles preaches that. If you're an elite archer, you should be able to focus on just what you're doing, block everything else out. This is getting exciting. My hands are starting to sweat. If you listened yesterday for Bodie, you know I get nervous. I'm not doing anything. I'm standing back talking about all this. Doesn't matter. I like seeing cool things. I like seeing historic events. This is historic. Think how many thousands of rounds have been shot at the Lancaster Archery Classic. Only 4 have been perfect. And I should say, I don't want to jinx anything, but I have seen archers miss in the 20th end. One of my favorite archers, David Hauser, a couple years ago, he shot a 10 on the first arrow of the 20th end. He was clean up till then. He shot a 10, ended with a 659. Certainly nothing to, sneeze at. I could never do that in my wildest dreams, but perfect. That's what everyone chases, perfection. And so it's cool to see it. I'm not gonna lie, I like seeing it. I hope he makes it. I'm talking about what may happen if he doesn't. I want him to make it. Yeah, he jerked that first shot. If you were watching on the last end that he just shot, he kind of flinched. All 3 of his are inside out 11s. That is incredible shooting from Mr. Perfect, Mike Schlosser. This is why he earned that nickname. When he is on, he is arguably the toughest archer on the planet to beat. He just doesn't miss when he gets in this groove. And he's one of those archers who gets in that groove more often than not. So here we go, 1 end to go. Three arrows away. Mike standing up on the line, pacing a little bit. I haven't seen him doing that. Standing there, staring down range. Again, for everybody out there saying, get away from him, I am standing nowhere near him. He has no idea I'm even out here. 10 yards behind. I'm just watching the action. Cameras are up there, though. He knows they're there. And now we have a crowd. A crowd, I've heard people, the word 660 whispering through the crowd here, so gonna get these last arrows pulled, and Mike Schlosser gonna step up and hopefully hit 3 more X's, 11s, to get that 660. So what happens is we have 2 fields here at the Classic, 2 courts. We're looking at one. Our cameras are on one. There's another one behind us. And the way the director of judges controls shooting is everyone shoots at the same time. So while this court is clear, Mike and everyone else has to wait for the court behind us to clear. And so that's what makes things extend. We're dragging it out. You see our cameras looking up and down the line. Our side is ready to go. We're waiting for some folks on the other side. Kick this off. As soon as that buzzer sounds, we will be ready to go. All right, here we go. 3 arrows for 660. This is the one he flinched on last time. Oh, not that time. Perfect. Inside out. Second one. Oh, got it. That one was a little left, but it's in there. Here we go. Last shot. Long hold. Did he get it? We don't know. Oh, he gave a fist bump. He can see it. Let's ask him. We may need a line call. The last one is not as perfect as his others. Oh, Mike missed on his last arrow. No way. 659. Are you kidding me? Oh, that hurts. 60th arrow. I mean, everybody's congratulating him because the 659 is awesome, but you gotta be kidding me. On the 60th arrow, Mike Schlosser, Mr. Perfect. Oh, we will go down there and check this out, but that makes me sick. Man, and he, typical of Mike Schlosser, he's smiling. You would never know that that just happened. Just the other two were right in the holes he had been working, and that third one just kicked out a little bit to the left. Man, that hurts. Hey, but you know what? Like we said, the name of the game here at the Classic is not perfection in qualification. You got to get through your eliminations. Mike Schlosser is one of the best when it comes to head-to-head matches. You do not want to square up against him. So I'm sure he will brush this off. And he will come out swinging tomorrow in his elimination matches. But man, I'm not going to lie. I feel bad. So close. Did I jinx him? Was it my fault? Leave us a comment below. I can promise you I wanted him to hit it. And I don't care, 659, I'm taking his picture down there. Incredible feat. Mike, 659. Tell us about that last arrow, man. I wanted you to hit it.
Yeah, me too. But like, I think I wanted it a bit too much. It felt like a good shot. I was shaky, so I think I was shaking, not in the middle. So it felt good. Like I'm happy about it. Like I'm happy how I shot today, and I'm happy about it.
So that's not the game here. The game is to survive in advance. You've won here before. Are you able to wipe that off your mind and just keep moving tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I felt like a decent shot. So even though it wasn't hitting, I'm happy how I shot it, and it gives me a lot of confidence tomorrow. And I feel like the 59 hours before that were really good as well. So like I'm just going to continue forward to that.
All right, Mike. Congratulations. That was an awesome round. Mike, how many times have you won the Classic? Twice. Okay, so Mike's a two-time winner of the Classic here. Wow. But he's a pro. I have no doubt he will bounce back from that. There it is. Just wide left. His first two are absolutely inside out perfect. Last one wide left. As he said, you heard him, he wanted it a little too much. All right, we're going to hang here with Mike Schlosser for a second, but our 4 o'clock line is coming up shortly. So there's a whole other group of about 400 archers who have yet to shoot. Do we have another? Do we have a 660 out there? So this is our second 659 at least. I didn't check the scores. It could be Chris Schaff. I know it only dropped 1 point. Dave Cousins, I think, was close. So we'll have to check. There may have been more than one 659. We were all focused on Mike Schlosser because he was clean. But we know Chris Perkins shot a 659. So there's Bodie Turner 660. Chris Schaff 658, I am told. Unbelievable run here at the Classic for Mike Schlosser. Imagine that, the last arrow. Man. He's handling it a lot better than I would. Let's be honest, though. I wouldn't be within 20 points of this, so. Good guy is Mike Schlosser. Two-time champion here, Vegas champ, World Cups, he's won them all. 6:59. Go. That's what we want. Little bit that way. There you go.
Do we take the table, do you know?
There he is, Mike Schlosser. I don't care. He's still Mr. Perfect to me. Great finish here. Be sure and check those scores. Don't forget, lancasterarchery.com/scoring. And you can check all the scores here from the Classic. All right, that is going to do it for the noon line here at the 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic. It was thrilling no matter what. 6:59, last arrow, 60th arrow. Man, so close. Hey, we're going to be back live again once our 4 o'clock line kicks off in 15 minutes. We'll go live a little later in the round. So be sure and subscribe, Facebook, YouTube. You'll get notifications when we do come up live. Come back and join us. Vinny LaSelva explains why he shops at LancasterArchery.com.
I'm a patient man in the woods, but when it comes to shopping online, not so much. That's why I choose Lancaster Archery Supply. They make it easy to order all my archery gear, with thousands of the newest and finest products right at your fingertips, ready to ship to your front door.
Here's your order, Vinny.
Or tree stand. Hey, depending on where you're hanging out, you might even get it before you get home.
For all your archery needs, shop LancasterArchery.com. At the Lancaster Archery Foundation, it's our mission to get as many people as possible involved in the sport of archery.
Thank you so much for your support and giving us this grant.
Thank you for supporting us and others in the community.
It allows me to afford studying at Texas A&M.
I was able to attend my dream university and still shoot competitive archery.
You can help us in our mission by donating today at LancasterArcheryFoundation.org.